Hello, and welcome to Homer for Tuesday, July 15th, 2025. Today we will be reading from lines 434 down to 455 in Book 11 of the Iliad, in which Odysseus turns on Sokos and very, very violently takes him out. Thank you so much for being here with me today, and please enjoy. Through the bright shield went the mighty spear, and through the corslet richly dight did it force its way, and all the flesh it tore from his side. But Pallas Athene suffered it not to pierce the bowels of the warrior, and Odysseus knew that the spear had in no wise lighted on a fatal spot, and he drew back and spake to Sokos, saying, Ah, wretch, of a surety is sheer destruction come upon thee. Verily hast thou made me to cease from warring against the Trojans. But upon thee I deem that here this day death and black fate shall come, and that vanquished beneath my spear thou shalt yield glory to me, and thy soul to Hades of the goodly steeds. He spake, and the other turned back and started to flee. But even as he turned, Odysseus fixed the spear in his back between the shoulders, and drave it through his breast. And he fell with a thud, and goodly Odysseus exulted over him. Ah, Sokos, son of wise-hearted Hippasus, tamer of horses, the end of death has been too quick in coming upon thee. Thou hast not escaped it. Ah, poor wretch, thy father and queenly mother shall not close thine eyes in death, but the birds that eat raw flesh shall rend thee, beating their wings thick and fast about thee. Whereas to me, if I die, the goodly Achaeans shall give burial. Awesome. Let's sing it. Ose ponutes kataspida pantos eisen. Diaminaspidos thepaene sobrimonenkos. Kai diatorekos poludai taluere esto. Panta da pompla oroncra ergathenua de taesse. Pallas athenaie michre menaien casifotos. Gnod Odysseus hoiutitelos catakairion elthen. Abstana coressa sokon prosmuothon epen. Adele malades ekikraneta pusolethros. Etoi men remepausos epitro esimakestai. Soi de goenta de femi ponon kai keramelainon. E matitoi resestai amoi dupaduri da menta. O cosa moi dosem sukein daidi clutopoloi. E kai omen vugadalti suppostrepsa sebebekei. Toi de matastref denti metafenoi endoropeixen. Omon mesegus diadestethes finelasei. Duopes en de person og de pelks at adios og duoseus. Oso hipas og hui dai pronosipo da moio. Fleset og lost anatoi og ikemen og nud apulaxas. Adelu men soigi pater kai potnia meter. Ose che tai resuscita non ti per aloi onoi. O mestai aruasi per iptera pukna ballontes. Altara me che ta noctere io siga dio e caioi. Wonderful. So, rest in peace, Sokos. what's the lesson here? If you go all the way, God, why does he turn? You feel like you're really getting to like Sokos in the previous passage from yesterday, because he's standing up for his brother, and he's like, you're either going to kill one of us, or both of us, or none of us, or like you're either going to kill both of us, or like you're going to die, right? Well, obviously those are like the two options, right? Either boast over the sons of Hippasus, or else smitten by tears shall thou lose thy life. Anyway, there's the godlike, prevention of the mithem and ayen kasi photos, right? The mixing of the insides of the body of Odysseus. Photos, very interesting word that's often used for Odysseus, I feel, as it shows up for him sometimes. Stopped by Pallas Athene, right? And what's the product of this, right? I guess like there's two registers of communication that I feel would need to be clarified here, which is, does Sokos run in flight, right, because of the fact that he's a wimp, or does he run in flight because of the fact that the evidence of the spear not marking him past the blood of the surface, right, is so strongly in favor of the fact that there's divine intervention that he's like, I have to get out of here because there's just no way I'm going to be able to kill Odysseus, right? I guess to a certain extent that's true, because of the fact that like he has no spear left, right? So this threat of like putting a spear through Odysseus literally can't happen anymore because he doesn't have a spear anymore, right? So maybe in actually in a logical sense it is true. Like he literally has witnessed divine intervention on behalf of him not being able to kill Odysseus, and there's only death coming here. Right, will come upon him, right, is what Odysseus says, fami, right, interesting way of saying, I say that it will come upon you, right. And then as he's running away here, there's this word that I wanted to, point out, that, where is it? This is interesting, lower your eyelids, which perhaps relates to, the visibility of, there's a lot of visible stuff going on, like craw, right, colors, right, but here I think it's like, innards, like the blood, right, shining spear, I don't know, okay, that's not what I want to mention, but I don't know, there's like this, there's this sense of, there's a sense of like he's dead, right? Okay, so the spear hits Sokos, he's dead. So you have this question of like, why is Odysseus like still talking to him? Why is he still vaunting over him, so to speak? And I think that the reason for it is the speech is actually really in function being made to everybody that's around Sokos, right? So the other Trojans that are near him. Sokos is dead, right? But this is going out to all those who are near him. So in that way, the theatrical is yet enlivened by the gloating over Sokos's memory, and perhaps in metapoetic sense gives him yet more glory, even though he has turned and run and died, gone down to Hades of the famous horses, which is a really cool appellation. Anyway, that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.